Great. Welcome in, guys. Good morning. All right, so let's remove all analysis here. It's a new day. Yesterday we had NFP and the numbers was positive. I think we had a push yesterday before this retracement, and currently this is where we are. So let's go over to the daily time frame. On the daily, we are bullish. We already broke this daily highs. This daily has not even moved down a bit at all, and it broke this high. But we'll have this rejection from the daily also, and this was the all-time highs that we had at 4,300. So that's basically what we can see here on the daily. On the 4 hours time frame, 4 hours has approached a resistance. 4 hours has approached a resistance, and we are having what looks like a rejection candle now on the 4 hours time frame. But that's basically what we can figure out here, and we'll have the most recent supports on the 4 hours time frame right here. Let's go down to the 1 hour, because we need to find exactly where we are taking a trade from. All right, on the 1 hour we'll have the most recent support right there. On the 30 minutes, let's see. The 30 minutes also have a support there based on the 30 minutes time frame. So now the only thing I could figure out here is we also have this resistance that we've broken, right? This particular candle here has broken this resistance, this most recent area of resistance. This candle has broken it. We pushed up, approached the daily support, the 4 hour support, and we are now retracing. So maybe if we form support, we could revisit the daily highs. If we start to form support here, then we could easily visit these daily highs. Let's see. On the 15 minutes, we are still retracing, or just maybe if we get a closure below here, then we could, how many pips is this? 80 pip range. 80 pip range. But I want to keep this as clean as possible. I want to keep this as clean as possible. Since we have the most recent resistance that we've created right now, I think it's best for we to wait for something closing above here. For the sales, maybe I don't really want to look for sales yet, but if we get any candle closing below this 4,322 area, then we could push to the downside 80 pips. This is the only thing I could see here. So we could say potential buys, above, if we get a closure, all right. Then for the sells, even if it's risky, so I'm going to say sells below here. On closure. So let's see. Let's see. We have news, have GBP CPI, but that's basically it by 9 minutes from now. Let's see. Apart from that, nothing else to pay attention to here. We'll have CPI tomorrow. This week has been filled with a lot of fundamentals. Yesterday we had NFP, and tomorrow we have CPI. So we'll see. We will see. But basically, this is what I'm looking for here today. So we are just waiting. It's now a waiting game at this point. Food has been very tricky this December. So if you're approaching good now, you have to be very careful, extremely careful at this point. Even though the 15 minutes is closing below this most recent what looks like a support here, this next candle made a top wick, breaking this low. We could easily, break this low and fill this range, 48 pip, 50 pip, but I'm not looking for sales in this area here. I'm not looking for sales in this area. I'm only interested in sales if we get something closing below this support here. If not, If anyone has the balls, he could take that short sales, but I am not comfortable with this. I mean, the range is too small for me. The range is way too small. 45 pips for you to get just 48 pips. It doesn't make sense to me at all. The range is way too small. So if we're closing above here, looking at the 15 minutes, we even have this rejection better seen now. So we could adjust this way. Something that we can do is if we create support within this area, if we are creating support and the new candle after the support is breaking the high, then we could visit these highs again. So let's see. Let's see. Even looking for sales here is very risky, very risky. But we'll see how the candles are closing at that point. Depending on how they are closing, we can take a decision on what to do. 3 minutes for this 30 minutes candle to close. Three minutes. Where we are now is where I don't want to touch gold. Please give me a minute, I'll be back. Just a minute. All right. 8 minutes candle just closed. There is absolutely nothing we can do. Somehow I want to keep this thing on the 30 minutes time frame because it makes more sense, here. So let's see. Let's see. Will easily be broken with volume. That's why I want to keep it based on the 30 minutes because you will have a cleaner understanding of price action at that point. We're just going to be waiting now. We are gonna wait. But I want to look for more of buys today than the sells. The sales will be a very quick one, gonna be a very short sales. So it's more like if the opportunity presents itself, it's going to be me jumping in and at 30, 40 pips I'll be securing something because the trend is bullish on the daily time frame. Let me see what GJ is doing here. Let's look at GJ for a bit today. GBP, JPY. Let's remove our analysis on the daily time frame. GJ is pushing down on the daily, and we have this daily support and what looks like okay, basically let's go to the lower time frames. On the 4 hours we have resistance created, and we have we have this support created here also. Why is my mouse keeping? On the 1 hour time frame, yeah, we could adjust this also. GJ is ranging. What type of range is this? Look, just side by side by side by side. We also have another I don't even want to look at GJ. This is garbage. This is total garbage here on GJ. Candles having very small bodies and printing side by side. Whatever happened here, this could be the news from NFP and the rejection also. Basically, I can't say anything going on GJ here. So let's wait for gold and see, can we get something on gold here today? All right, we are just pushing down. Now it is getting even more interesting because the way we are having candles pushing down, if this candle is closing here now, it becomes even way more risky because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles pushing to the downside. If we get the fifth candle that might be closing below here, it becomes very risky to sell gold because we have moved down a lot, 140 pips. So what is the chances that gold will drop further from there? We don't even know. So I prefer to see a support created. If we create a support and we start to break the support, then that makes sense for me to sell it. But to sell gold with the next candle just pushing down, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel very comfortable doing that. I want a retracement. Then if we start to close below the support, then these sales will look better for me. Right now, I just have to look at it. That is all I can do. So let's see. I don't like the way this one is just pushing down without creating a support. I want gold to create a support right here and break the support for me to sell it. But for me to sell it right now, it's very risky because we've moved way too much. We've moved 140 pips. So I don't feel comfortable selling gold here, having moved 140 pips without retracement. So I wanted a support to be created here. Then if the support is broken, then I could sell gold to fill this 80 pip range here. 80, 90 pip range. That's the only thing I'm looking for. But right now, I am not comfortable selling it because we are moving down way too much. But this is the area where I want to take a sell only if we create a support and then we break it. Apart from that, I'm just waiting. I am just waiting. I even prefer to get a buy than the sells because sells will be a very short one, but the buys we could easily create support, retest these highs, eventually break it, and then we'll fill this daily range here because the daily is very bullish, even though that it's having some retracements now. It's having retracements now, but let's see. Let's see. Choma, how are you? It's going to be waiting and waiting now.
Good morning.
Good morning. This 30 minutes doesn't even have any top wick. It's making it even more difficult to do anything. This 30 minutes candle needs a top wick because if it's closing below here now and the next candle should start leaving this low, it could go down, but that is not the type of sales I want to take. That is not the type of sales I want to take. That would be risky. Because what are the chances that gold will break this low having dropped 140 pips? It's very slim at that point. Choma, how are you? What's going on?
I'm alive and well, though. I'm okay.
That's good. You're not at work today.
No, I've been on strike and I've not even been feeling too well.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought the code of the strike or it's been on since then, or people just kicked off again.
Men lab scientists on strike.
Oh, doctors went for theirs. Now it's men lab scientists. Oh, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is going to be nurses, and next tomorrow.
They should
Oh
just
my
do
God,
better.
man, it is what it is. We'll survive. We shall survive, of course. God has been very tricky this December, so we need to approach God with absolute carefulness. Today is 17th, so I'm only going to be looking at gold for the rest of this week because from next week I don't know what the market conditions are going to look like due to the holidays that we're headed to, so we will not be doing so much next week. So this week is the only time that we have to look at gold very more closely. We have how many minutes? 37 more minutes to London Open. There's been no volume during the London section recently. There's no volume during the London section. In fact, since this December, London has had no volume at all. No volume at all. You see candles just moving very slowly. Hmm. 6 minutes for this 30 minutes candle to close. And it's not closing in a way I want to sell because we've moved down way too much. If I get a support here and the next one breaks support, then fine. But if I don't get the break of support, I will not sell it. Instead, I'll look for buyers to retest these highs. That is my idea. Or if the opportunities printing after a support is created is not looking so well, then I can look for buys above this most recent resistance. That is the way I'm going to approach gold, because gold is in a very tight corner. A very, very tight corner. And we don't know what London Open is going to do. We'll have CPI tomorrow. So we might still see some, low volume here till CPI, just like what happened yesterday that we had NFP. London was very slow till NFP. So maybe we can still experience some low volume until tomorrow. But we'll see. We will see, we will see. It's good to wait. Yes, it is. Actually, we've been waiting since yesterday. I didn't stream NFP because when I was looking at NFP yesterday, we have already made this push. So this happened in between NFP. If I was looking for anything yesterday, maybe this was where I would have taken an impulse entry in trend for the buys. After this candle close like a small body, stop loss will be there, and we'll target this highs here, this area. That was about 200 pips. Stop loss would have been a lot also. It would have been like 80 pips and that. So in this situation, what I'll do usually is to use a lower risk, because this stop loss is way too high. Imagine this having 80 pips, just this small body of candle here having 80 pips. If you lose that, your account will cry. Everywhere go first block for your eye. But see how the next candle just, well, I don't know how this candle behaved, because it could also be that this candle here broke the highs, then retraced before pushing back to the upside. That's something that could happen here. So we don't really know exactly how this candle behaves. If maybe first it broke this low before breaking this high. I'll have to call you back, V. Okay, I'm currently working. Okay, all right. So it could be that it broke this high, then came back again, made a lower wick, just play around there before moving. I don't know. But if it made this lower wick first before breaking these highs, then it would have made more sense. The stop loss would have been lower, like 40, 50 pips stop loss. So it has already moved. This candle was the one that pushed via NFP, so there was no how I'll be looking for buys here. So that's why I didn't even bother to stream any longer. I was like, nah, we've moved a lot. If not, I would have been trading NFP yesterday. "20 seconds for this candle to close." Something that I can do here is this, all right? Because we've moved 140 pips, if the next candle should wick down and start to break this high, I will take an impulse entry for buys. Let me see. But the only issue here now is that 30 minutes is closing a very strong candle. But now, something else to pay attention here is how this candle closed. It closed not below this support here. It closed just back into the support, and ideally we need to get a support from in here, and we need a retracement having moved down a lot. So we could either wait for a support to be formed, or if this candle starts to break this high, then we can take an impulse entry for buys. Stop loss will be wherever this candle makes a lower wick. Let's see. Also, we could wait for a support to be formed, because this December has been very tricky. Well, let's see. Let me see. 5 minutes from supports. Yeah, kind of very tricky anyway. Well, let's wait for 15 minutes to show us something, at least something that we might understand. I haven't had any trade this week, so I don't want the first one to be a losing trade. So let's wait for 15 minutes support. I don't really care about one candle moving up, even though that is breaking this high, but it's going to be risky. Let's see how this candle is going to close first. We will see. We rock you.
Are you still here? I can hear you.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything. We're just waiting now. We are waiting. How how are you feeling? Have you taken drugs? Are you getting treatment?
Yeah, it's just now I started getting better. Like, yeah, good.
Yeah, Abuja is having serious harmattan now. And there is no harmattan here, funny enough.
That's usually how it happens. It will come later that side. It comes here first.
Sorry. If you're going out, you could buy nose masks and protect against dust. We're entering a very
Do you
cold.
say?
We're entering a very cold and sickness-prone season. So
Oh,
please give me a minute. Hello? Huh? Okay, okay. I'll come. Hold on. Man, my network is crazy. My network
I'm
is
so
very
sorry
crazy.
about that.
Yeah. I had a difficulty with the people I activated Starlink through. So have been sending them countless of emails to deactivate my account so I can do my own thing myself. I could imagine via third parties. So now that they are having issues, to deactivate is not a problem.
I didn't get you fully on. You broke at some point.
What is it going on?
But I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was talking about like I was using a particular third party to recharge my Starlink, but now I'm not able to use them because I want to start to recharge myself. Initially, you could not use Starlink if it's not enterprise. So I did the enterprise, but now I'm able to use personal one, and I'm asking them to deactivate me, and they're not doing that yet because I cannot keep paying 86,000 when I can pay 58,000. I've sent them countless emails to deactivate me so I can recharge from somewhere else, and they're not doing it yet. Making me to use this MTN that is very slow.
And their office is not in Port Harcourt.
No, it's in Lagos. It's in Lagos.
And their office is not in Port Harcourt.
Mm-mm. They don't have anyone in Port Harcourt.
The show has to be around it because I mean if they're not replying to you, there should be a reason why they're not replying. Right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
MTN is just terrible. I don't know why in at this century and time we're still having issues with internet services because it's terrible. Very terrible. Very terrible. You cannot comfortably say you cannot comfortably say this network is strong and you're going to be using it. Man, this one is just pushing down without giving us a way to, get on the trade. Interesting day. Very interesting day. It's dropping this whole 90 pip range now. Even if you want to take a sell, does this make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make absolute sense at all. It doesn't. And we have about 15 minutes to London Open. This doesn't make sense to me. I will never be this type of trader. I wanted us to see a support created here. Then if we break the support, we could fill this 90 pip range. Because the reason I was looking for support is that we have moved down 140 pips to this minor support we'll have here. So it doesn't make sense for me to still expect gold to make another 100 pip drop here. But actually it's trying to do that at this point. But I don't want to be this type of trader that will just jump in here, having moved down way too much and looking for sales. And now also look at how this previous 15 minutes candle closed, leaving a very long rejection wick to the downside. If the next candle should break the low, ideally it makes sense to go down, right? But should we sell it there? No. Absolutely no.
No.
Nope. So we have to wait. We gotta wait. Man, this thing just filled this entire 90 pip range. I mean, almost 93 pip range. But if we get a support formed anywhere here now, then we could say that there is a clean move, right? We have a clean move to the high for buys. If we form support here, there is a very comfortable clean 200 pip range for we to push into. Very comfortable 200 pip range, because when candles are forming very clean candles, it will also have a very easy move to the upside. So that's also one good thing about what is going on right now. So if we form support somewhere around here, we have a 200 pip clean move to move to the upside. We'll see. Maybe with London Open in 12 minutes, we can see what we can do. But for now,
All right.
absolutely nothing can be done. Yep. How is your account looking?
It's just we had like a drawdown the last time now.
Yeah.
I think it's about $3,057.
Okay, it came down like 30 or 20.
It got to 90 something, said.
Oh, that is about 40 then. It's very tiring to wait so long. Very tiring to wait so long.
I guess sometimes that's what trading comes with now.
Mm-hmm. Trading is waiting and waiting. That's what trading is. You have to wait. It's waiting and waiting and waiting. You must wait. If you don't wait, then your SL2 will not wait. That's just the way it is.
Very funny.
And what will London do? What will London Open do? Are we gonna get something? But even if London comes, I think nah, risky. Even if London comes, I think we need to wait for it to create a support. We need to wait for a support. Please give me 8 minutes. 3 more minutes to London Open. Do you think this is support enough for London buyers? Nah, it's not. I want to see support on 30 minutes. I want to see a support in 30 minutes.
I guess we'll just wait now, 30 minutes, like, and see what it creates.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't push like a mad person.
Yeah. You can just start blasting to the upside now, breaking this
Exactly. Now this one can just start blasting, and it's just 15 minutes. And you don't know what the plans are. Anyway, let's see. You are the Dr. Gold. Anything you call now, I will do.
No, I cannot call this.
Ah!
But I mean, look at this. You know, sometimes looking at structure is very important, all right? See, we had a support here. The next support approach, this one could not really get there. The same thing is practically repeating here, and it's a very high volume time. London
Even the market
Open.
structure generally, like, it's doing this whole higher high, higher low, higher
exactly.
high, higher low. So it has come out to create its own retracement, and it's like, okay, ideally, right, it's supposed to push back up to create another higher high, right?
Exactly.
But you know,
The
both
time
can just
frame,
be stupid sometimes, yeah.
the time frame is happening is just my concern.
Exactly.
If this was on the 30 minutes time frame, then we could say, okay, it's a little bit of a higher time frame. Then we could try something like Cowboys. But on the 15 minutes,
yeah.
Igeti anyamo.
I don't want to laugh at me. Mr. Vincent, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are we?
We're doing
Omo,
great, thank you.
we no find out. Good day, one
My
papa.
boss, good morning.
I greet you, brother.
It's that time of the year now. It's that time of the
Mm-hmm.
year. At
Yeah,
least
of course.
we,
I
Please,
am
this Christmas I
we
tempted.
should
go
rush
I am.
and
public.
go and beg. I
I
need to
am.
make money.
I
I'm
am
ready for that.
tempted to buy this high. Like, really tempted to buy this high. And
Same here, but I tried me with Jibakwa this morning.
I, I 28 pips stop loss. 28 pips stop loss because the volume is very high right now.
Make up your mind. If we're staying off, I've put down arms.
I want to try. It's risky because it's the 15 minutes time frame. Let me see the 1 hour.
Then if you want us to stay off, we
Nah,
can't stay off.
let's
We
wait for
can't
30 minutes to
stay off.
close. We'll have to stay off. 30
Exactly.
minutes must close. If we miss it, we'll miss it. If we
That's
miss it,
cool. That's
fine.
fine.
But also, if I miss it, I'll be pained. But if it goes down, I'll be happy that I stayed away. So I have to wait for 30 minutes to close. At least it supports on the 30 minutes time from just like what happened here. You see? Just like what happened here. So we can wait. We're going to be disciplined traders and wait. We are gonna be disciplined traders. You see? Now, Joe would have said, Mr. Ernest, we should have just waited as you said. Now we waited. It's good. 15 minutes is not a very comfortable time frame to take any trade decision from because unless the volume is so high. So, and this December is not the time to take a trade based on 15 minutes.
I will
Maybe,
always say that. I
yeah.
always say that I prefer to even take a trade from 5 minutes than take from 15 minutes. 15 minutes have not been shaking. Oh my, I feel like 5 minutes gives me like this level of like short confidence. Like you know what you're doing. You're looking at it. If this happens, I'm going to get out of the street. You know that kind of stuff. I prefer 5 minutes to even 15 minutes. I'm telling you, 30 minutes and then 5 minutes. That's what I'm just looking at.
Crazy. Look at that. Look at that rejection. It's
So I've
breaking the
just
one
gone to
hour
our stop loss straight. Can you imagine?
straight stop loss after waiting 1 hour plus or almost 2 hours now to get a trade and
And
we take a
the cells here, if it should be maintained, might get up to 50 pips. With this, I'm saying here.
I don't think I want to take a sell unless we are closing below here.
Yes, below there.
Mm.
It's looking like it wants to range.
No, I still feel we're going to push up, but we'll need a support to form on 30 minutes. Well, when I first came to the stream this morning, we are trading somewhere around this rejection here. So a lot of things was not looking very comfortable here because now am I going to sell this low? No. Am I going to sell this low? No, because we'll have just here as the next rejection. Now getting to this rejection here, am I going to sell here too? No, because we have moved way down a lot, 140 pips already. So selling here is risky. So this candle here, hold on, let me get something. So when I first came, we were at this candle, all right? So this candle was currently on and it has already broken the low before I came to the stream. So it was basically somewhere around here. Now anybody could have said, okay, if this candle should close below this area, then there was this range, this candle here to fill, right? But now the way the candle pushed down, left a wick there, the next candle really struggled all right, because I was looking at it. At some point it was stuck as a green candle here when it was trying to make a top wick. Then eventually it broke the low and also had a rejection. Now the next candle opened up, no top wick at all. So how can you sell or do anything in this area? There is absolutely no way. Next candle closed, next one did this, and now we close below this support that we have here with this candle, just one candle blasting to the downside and closing without a bottom wick. What happened? Next candle came up as a green candle. That this is a London Open right now, so there is absolutely no way I could have gotten this sell in here. There is absolutely no way I could have done that. So that's why we are still waiting. But now what I was not looking for is this. If we create support somewhere in this region here, all right, or if we even now break this area here where we had a minor resistance, right, then we could easily push up to fill this clean range here, because now it's good as we're forming very clean candles at this point. It will be easier for you to get something on the buys, because I still feel, well, let's see how we can react to this area now. We'll have to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Also, if this candle is closing below this support, then it will be very, very, very risky. It will be very risky, trust me. Very risky, because I don't want to sell. See, look, I missed all this. Do I want to come down here to sell again? I might get trapped. I've already waited all morning. I've waited way too long, and it's best I even call it a day than take a stupid sell down here now. That would be a very stupid thing to do. So instead, if we start to reject here, start to create supports, then we'll have a clean range to push to the upside. My network is terrible. Very terrible. So, Mr. Vin, do you now understand why I don't want to look for sales in that area?
Yeah.
So, if I'm beginning to get a support from somewhere there, then we have a very clean range to fill. Man, your place is noisy. I think you need to find a very comfortable place to always stay to trade, because your environment is always noisy. Now, even if this candle here should close like a small bodied bearish candle, all right, and it is showing us that we are now rejecting this area, the moment we start to leave this high, it will be an impulse buy for me, because that is the opening of London. This is the London candle that's made a top wick there. So if we're breaking that top wick that the London Open did, then we could potentially push to fill this range here. That's what I'm going to be looking at. That's if it doesn't form support here and the next candle starts to break this high. If it's breaking the London high, then trust me, we have a very clean range for it to fill for the buys. That will be about 100 pips. We've waited all morning, so we need to keep waiting at this point. Let's see what the 15 minutes is now looking like. You see, 15 minutes is rejecting. It's rejecting. One minute for this 50 minutes. 1 minute 40 seconds. But I want to wait for this 30 minutes to close. I really want to wait for it to close. Why are you giving me difficulties, bro? All right. have a very, very good feelings about these buys. If we break the London high, potential buys is now above here. It is now above here. GG. GG is having some crazy moves too. Look at this. Garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. And gold is waiting, waiting, waiting. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Trying to do something here, and this young man wants to play with me. So potential cells below here, I guess. Let's clone this.
You said this, I didn't get what you said.
Yeah, I said potential cells below here now. If we don't get a closure above, then if we get a closure below, we could, just maybe. But I still prefer to get the bias than the cells anyway. I wasn't even looking at my potential. I've been writing for potential. Get the fuck out of my place, bro. Potential. Potential. Please. Child. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can we get a trade in 2 minutes? 2 more minutes. It looks like a trade now coming soon. It looks like a trade coming soon. But I don't like the way this candle is closing back in this area now. But looking on the 30 minutes, 30 minutes has a long wick of rejection So maybe if we're leaving this London high, then it will be an impulse entry. But the stop loss will be way too much. Man, 60 pips or wherever it even makes a lower wick. Man, it's getting trickier. So we have to wait. I don't want to have a 60, 70 pip stop loss. No, never. Or maybe what I can do is, depending on how, well, we have to wait for this candle to close. We need something closing above here. We must get a closure above this area here. I mean, that doesn't make sense. We're not closing below above here, then it is what it is. It is what it is. 9:30, 9:32. Man, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you want to be a cowboy, you go jump in on the break of this 15-minute highs. If you want to be a cowboy, stop loss 36 pips. Do I want to be a cowboy? Because 30 minutes is also flipping bullish, and the previous 30 minutes candle closed with like a small bodied bearish candle. The only issue is that if we wait for this candle to break this high, the stop loss will be massive. But something else you can do is to wait for this 15 minutes candle to close. We could wait for this current 15 minutes candle here to close. To be better off in a position where we don't lose. So it's best to wait, because if this candle starts to break this high now, yes, it could keep pushing. We don't know if volume will kick in there, but I prefer it above this London open high here. So now, if we get a candle closing at least close to this London open, right? If any candle is breaking this London high, then the volume will be released at that point for it to push to the upside. But aside from that, it will be in a very delicate situation. And a minute, please. I believe January will be better because investors are all, lying low now, and we'll have CPI tomorrow. So January, I believe things will kick off as normal. Volume will come back to the market. People are beginning to do new investments for the new year. So we might start to get comfortable at that point. Man, crazy 1 hour. Almost 2 hours actually. Almost 2 hours on the stream. Man, why am I so hungry this morning? Like I could feel it in my stomach that I'm hungry. 6 minutes for this candle to bring something that we might get comfortable with. But it's quite unfortunate that the volume is no longer here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is quite unfortunate to announce to you that the volume is no longer here with us. So we have to now go and buy chicken and sell to our neighbors, because that's a better trade now to take. We have to call it a day. Well, let's wait to see how this candle closes. Let's wait to see how this candle closes. If this candle closes above here, at least close towards this London high, then I'll anticipate the push to come in from there. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is closing in 10 seconds. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Five minutes has closed and it's closing slightly above. Do I want to buy it? Keeping the stop loss back in this range. It's breaking that high.
Even if you want to buy it, you look out for the kind of wick down.
Yeah.
At least half of that particular candle.
Yeah, if we get a week, this is 5 minutes, is risky. But if we get a week at least down here and we start to break this high, I mean, this is weak enough. If we break this high, can we push with volume? Can volume come in here? Okay, I am going to try this.
Yeah, we can try it out.
Yeah, I took a buy. This hopefully should not come back in this range. My stop loss will be somewhere there. Then if this candle starts to, come below this yellow line, I'm going to close half. I am going to close half. If this current 5 minutes starts to go lower than
Where is your
this,
stop loss?
my stop loss is below this 5 minutes here. Just below this 5 minutes. Because ideally we should push with volume to, break this London high here. My stop loss is just below this 5 minutes area. Then I am going to manage my risk by, if this candle cross this yellow line, I'm going to close half of my trade.
I think these guys have modified their this thing.
Yeah, what?
They have changed their distance. The way you set stop loss is no longer the same way.
I am not.
That's if you're using mobile. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. If you're using mobile,
you can now. If you're using mobile, like the way they now set the stop loss is now different. Like the thing is now looking different, but you can just set like 10 pips. There's a way my own is looking. I'll send it to you later. That's how they made it now.
Okay, I'm not using mobile anyway. So this is what I'm going to do. If this candle starts to break its own low, I'm going to close half. Okay, right there, I closed half. I closed half because it broke this high, right? It shouldn't have any business to its own low. And the 15 minutes has just a minute to close. Man, look at that rejection. We approached that London open, that London high, and we're rejecting it. So at this point, if the next, this thing wants to make me close manually. So what I'm going to do is this: if this 15 minutes candle flips bearish, I'll close my entire position in 3, 2, 1. I'm out of this thing, man. This is the issue I have with volume. See, we broke that area, we broke the high, then it's rejected. I didn't really want to take this loss that I took right now. I just took a 21 pip loss. So this kind of has to close now. It really has to close. In fact, we now need to wait for 30 minutes to even give us a comfortable closure. This is crazy. It's crazy. Good has just been this way. It will push, then instantly it will drop. This really looks so good based on the 1 minute. Now, this resistance here was the London open. So if a single candle is closing above London open, and the next candle starts to break the high, then we should expect that push to happen. That's the obvious thing, right? This is the London Open. A candle close above London Open. Next candle starts to break the high. Then we should push, but we didn't do that. We didn't do that. Instead, we kept on, and there's nothing we can do here. We can't even sell it here, because if you sell it here, we have a support just right there. It's crazy at this point. I didn't plan taking this loss anyway, but it's well. It's well. I mean, I had a 40 pip stop loss. I lost only 21. I was able to manage the risk. It's crazy. It's very crazy. What we should have done better was, but also I didn't want to miss this trade.
I was kind of skeptical about that pressure because of that big body candle 5 minutes on. I wanted a very weak down, even more than the half of that 5 minutes candle, because that candle was kind of big.
Well, it's not so big for a 5 minutes. It's not so big for a 5 minutes because, see, in a strong bullish candle closing above this London support, all right? So this candle actually doesn't have any reason to at least cross half of this candle, which is why I put this yellow line here initially. It didn't have any business coming down here after breaking this high, all right? So that was why I took the buy, hoping that the volume will kick in at that point to at least break this London wick here and eventually push to the upside, but it's not doing that.
Yeah, but you couldn't wait for the wick to get to that yellow line. We just had to enter.
Yeah, I had to enter because now if we start to get to this yellow line before we enter, then the stop loss was going to be way too much. It was going to be way too much. Now, see what gold is doing. Somebody will say, okay, since we did not push up, we created some resistance. It is breaking this low. I will enter sell. It will push down 10, 20 pips and it will push back up. That is just what the gold is doing. But now we are in a range on 5 minutes. We cannot sell it here. We cannot buy it here. We still have to wait for something to close back above here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Lots of, now see, it's pushing back to the upside now. So if you ask gold, so why did you now drop? Why did it drop? It doesn't have a reason to drop. Now if you jump in to say, okay, it's pushing up, let me jump back in, you might still get there and retrace again, or you might just keep blasting to the upside. Well, let's wait for this 5 minutes here to close in 50 seconds. Maybe that will be my last try for gold today. If we start to break this area again, I will give it the last try. But this candle needs to close above. If not, we'll be in a difficult situation at that point. If it doesn't close above, then wait for the 15 minutes candle to close. Man, crazy. Crazy, man. Now, what this thing can do here now is the next 5 minutes that you might be waiting for a closure from, we just blast. Okay, we've gotten a closure back in that area on 5 minutes. I want to get in here. This is my last chance for this buys today. This is my last chance for this buys today.
Okay.
You see what gold is doing. So why did it have to push down here to do all this before. Now he wants to break this high here. If he breaks this high, then it's breaking the 30 minutes opening point of London, which is at this yellow line.
And this is going to be a marathon. A marathon move. People that sold is going to cry.
Man, it's pushing 18 pips now. So if I have to do anything, I have to bring my stop loss to this low now.
To which low?
To this current 5 minutes lows.
The present candle.
Yeah, the present 5 minutes candle lows. I want you to. Come on, gold. Push. Give us 50 pips. Come on. At least somewhere around there. I'll be looking to secure something because well, man, not good. This thing is about to stop me out. This thing wants to stop me out. What the hell? What the hell? They're just going to stop me out, bro. What the fuck? Don't be like that, bro. What the? Don't be like that, bro. You know, man, crazy.
You're going for the stop loss one.
It's going for the stop loss, but I don't want to move my stop loss because if we are rejecting this London Open, right? See how we tapped that London Open and we rejected. If we're rejecting it, that means we might even push to the downside. So even if I push my stop loss down here now, it will still eventually come to that area. So I don't want to do that. So let it remain where it is. If it stops me out, then we'll call it a day. Okay? Not to get stopped out. 3, 2.
You weren't stopped out now, were you?
No, not yet. My exact stop loss is 4317.93.
40 what? 4317 points.
17.93. Man,
you're not even giving it a chance. You kept it directly on that week.
Directly, I don't want to because I know that if we're breaking that week, we are blasting to the downside. If you move your stop loss, it's going to hit it. Yeah, it's flipping back down. So I don't want to move my stop loss for any reason because now we rejected that London high. See how we tapped that London high, and we're rejecting it. So if we break its own low, which is about to do, I think we are going to get stopped out in this trade. And that'll be my last chance for gold today. I gave the buyers 2 chances. First one and second one still above this area. It pushed about 19 pips and then rejected. So if it's breaking this week, I don't care. I'll just call it a day here. I will call it a day. Okay, I'm about to get stopped out. Ala 1, ala 2. Come on, boy, do it. Okay, out.
Oh, that means I'm out already too.
Out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the whole type of good moves that is having these days. I seriously don't like it. I don't like it. Man, it's crazy. Lots of up and down moves. Like it will go up, push. It's way too crazy to be. And now when you pay no attention to it, that one is gonna move. Man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Man. So if this 30 minutes now should close, but I will need it to close a very strong bullish candle. If the next candle starts to leave London high, I think volume will kick in, because right now there is no volume. This is now an hour, almost an hour from London Open. This 1 hour has about 4 minutes to close. So if the next 1 hour also starts to break this London high at this yellow line, then hopefully the volume cannot be shitty again. It cannot be shitty again. I'm still within 1% of my risk for today, so I can play with that. But only if this 30 minutes closes strong above these rejections. I need it to close strong in 2 minutes. If it's not doing that, then I'll call it a day here. I will call it a day here today. 2 minutes to decide what you want to do. Now, what I wouldn't want this candle to do is to start breaking this high in the last 2 minutes of this 30 minutes and 1 hour candle. If it does that, I'll be so mad at it, because at that point we will be off where we want to take a buy from. I need it to close just within these weeks so that the next one can be, we want to break this high. And also it could also come to break this high without making a bottom wick, and it will be crazy too. Who's playing drums? Mr. Vin, can you mute me a little bit? Somebody in your area is playing drums and there is nothing to dance to here today. We don't have anything to dance to.
Sorry, it's one of the days, Sha.
Yeah. Crazy December, bro. Crazy. One minute. And it's not closing in the way I want it to close, man. You see what God can do is just, now it's not closing in this way that you want it to close. The next kind of just break this high and start pushing. No confirmation, unless you want to take an impulse entry and maybe keep your stop loss back in the range, man. And now if you take an impulse entry, it will tell you, hey chief, why do you want to try me? Why do you want to take an impulse entry? That means you want to try me, you want to see what I can do to you, right? Then boom, it will fly back into the range and stop you out. All right, moment of truth. 3, 2, 1, closure. Nice. So if we're leaving this high now, I will never give to it. Even though that will have a very long wick on the 30 minutes, but I'll need this thing to push down a little bit. Just calm down a little bit. So that the wick will not be our stop loss. Man, I felt very terrible having that 20 pips and not securing. But it's fine because
I'm doing bad there because all the weeks of hard work is going.
Exactly. Exactly. If we leave this London high, this thing, okay, I'm in. I am in. I just hope this thing does not come back in this range, because my stop loss is right there.
So just call out your stop loss. Thank you.
My stop loss is 4318.20, just below the wick of this current 30 minutes. 4318.20. Now I'm going to hold this thing because it now makes sense. We're leaving the London high. Gold does not have any reason, absolutely any reason, to come back into this range. This is the buy that I'm waiting for. So
Does gold ever have reason to do anything?
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It will do its thing no matter whatever you think. And don't just push down. You have done all the damage you can. You should now push up to fill this 100 pip range. That is what you are supposed to do. Good. Don't even try me. I'm gonna show you Pepe.
Sure, good Pepe.
Man, God is telling me, bro, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Oh my god. Ooh, bro. It's coming back to our entry. Should we close half? Should we close half? Man, if it goes 10 pips in drawdown, I'm gonna close half. I am going to close half if it goes 10 pips in drawdown. Okay, 10 pips. I closed half right there. Stop loss the same. This is just crazy what God is doing. This is crazy. Very crazy. Very, very crazy. Man, I'm about to get stop cash on this thing. See, this is what December is just doing. Like, I don't even understand. Does this one have a reason to break that high and still come back to break its own low? I'm out of this thing. I stopped at like it's. Right. Gentlemen, we'll have to call it a day here. We cannot keep trying this with gold. I mean, why is it behaving the way it's behaving? Just coming to, take out lows, take out highs, and just jumping around. Now it's
stolen my $25.
Now it's flipping again. What the hell? Man, I'm gonna head off now. I don't want to keep trying this with gold. I'm gonna head off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.
Bye.
Alright, be good. Have a good one.
Alright, have a nice day.
Alright. YouTube. See you guys tomorrow. London section. Hopefully we'll get a better trade tomorrow. All right.